The Lord be with you, and a warm welcome to you from all of us here at Powerscourt with Kilbride. I've stepped out of the garden today and into the office, printing service sheets for tomorrow's service for Mother's Day, the day on which I hope you will receive this service in this small square, the day on which we give thanks to God for that broader picture. That's why we always like to call it Mothering Sunday. The broader picture of that type of feminine, nurturing love that has sustained us and put us back on the road, on the straight and narrow perhaps in many cases, and guided us through our lives. Today we give thanks for that type of love. But first, as we begin together in this square, let's just pause for a moment to acknowledge the presence of the Christ with us now. Standing near the cross of Jesus were his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his own home. The love of Christ was a love that encompassed everything that was good and true in our human understanding of love, and all that was obviously good and true in the divine love, which is an unconditional love. One can imagine that being in the presence of the Christ was being in a place that you never wanted to leave. It was a place of safety. The love that we celebrate today for Mother's Day is that type of a love. It's a love of strength and courage. It's a love of nurturing, remembering that Jesus wanted to see the individual grow. He wanted to see an individual have a fullness of life. He wanted to provide that water of life for them so that they would overflow with life in abundance. It never ceases to amaze me when we come across this very short scripture, that moment when Jesus was in immense pain on the cross. He is still thinking of other people. He is still teaching, even then. And he places his mother into the hands of his beloved friend John. And he says, "Behold your son." And to John he says, "Behold your mother." In doing so, he opens up this love that we celebrate today. He opens up the idea of family as far greater than our individual families. And indeed, Mothering Sunday celebrates a greater range of people and their influence in our lives. Today is a day of celebration for many people. It's a day of reflection for others. It's a day that is filled with mixed emotion when we think of feminine love. When we think of our own mothers, perhaps. There are those today who are suffering great loss in the sudden loss of a mother, or in the memory of a mother they lost a long time ago. There are those who are sad because of the loss of a child as a mother themselves, sad at the lack of a prospect of being a mother themselves. There are so many different facets alongside the joy and celebration of this feminine, nurturing love. And so today we think of all these people, and we think of them hand in hand with all the people that we associate this love with. I always like the phrase Mothering Sunday as opposed to Mother's Day. And that doesn't mean that we shouldn't give thanks for mothers and treat them very well on a day like today to show how we are so grateful for their love. But Mothering Sunday opens up that love into a far more, I suppose, all-encompassing inclusion of those who provide us with that type of love, both male or female in our lives, those who have taken us under their wings, those who have put us back on the track, those who have nurtured and guided us and given us their hearts in this type of an unconditional way. Through these people, we see the heart of the Christ. And so we thank God for all people on Mothering Sunday who provide this beautiful, nurturing love that enables us to grow and carries us through the more difficult moments of our lives.